My dear child, your guardian angels have a profoundly important message for you, one that resonates with the deeper currents of your life. This individual is coming to your house tomorrow, and their arrival is planned for a reason that transcends the ordinary, everyday occurrences. Please understand, this visit is far from happenstance. They are being gently guided, sent not merely by their own heart's inclinations or fleeting thoughts, but by a precise and undeniable divine alignment, a convergence orchestrated in the unseen realms. You may not fully grasp the intricate tapestry of this moment right now, and that is perfectly all right. But know this, every single step this person takes towards your home, every contemplation they've had about reaching out, every subtle nudge and significant reason that is guiding them directly to your door, it is all already written, etched into the grand design. I have foreseen it. I have permitted it with loving intention, and indeed, I am an integral part of its unfolding. You're never navigating such moments alone. You might experience a wave of confusion, perhaps even a jolt of surprise, when you hear that knock or intuitively sense a presence drawing near. In that moment, I want you to recall these words, anchoring them in your heart. Nothing that is truly meant for you, for your growth, your healing, or your path will ever pass you by. This meeting was never left to chance. It is a carefully scheduled appointment on your soul's calendar. This visitor arrives with a heart brimming, perhaps overflowing, with questions that have long lingered, emotions that have ebbed and flowed, memories both clear and hazy, and a profound, deep-seated need for healing. It is a specific kind of healing, a resonance that I have carefully planted within the fertile ground of your own soul. You carry within you, perhaps unknowingly, the unique frequency, a gentle balm, a specific understanding that will bring comfort to them. And conversely, they carry something within their essence, a key, a perspective, or an energy that is destined to shift something significant inside of you. This moment, though it may appear simple or unremarkable on the surface, is imbued with sacred potential, a quiet holiness. It's possible you have encountered this individual before, perhaps in the landscapes of your dreams, a fleeting memory from long ago, or maybe more recently, but only in passing, without true connection. But tomorrow promises something entirely different. Tomorrow, it might feel as though your world momentarily pauses, holds its breath for a second, and in that stillness, you will recognize that something truly significant, something divinely orchestrated, is unfolding right before you. This is a divine appointment, a meeting set not because this person is flawless, nor because you are expected to perform or fix anything, but simply because I have intricately written this intersection into both of your timelines. It is timed perfectly for restoration, for achieving a sense of closure where threads were left loose, or perhaps for planting the seeds of something entirely new to begin its growth. They may bring up subjects from the past, echoes of times gone by. Do not let fear grip you. They may ask you questions that stir the depths of your heart, awakening dormant feelings. Do not shut yourself down or retreat. They might even cry, releasing pin-up emotions. Do not pull away, lean in with gentle presence. Your only task is to simply be present, fully inhabiting the moment, and remember always that I am the one who has brought them here. My presence will be palpable. I will be with you both, subtly guiding the energy in that room. I will reside in every word spoken, in every meaningful silence that falls between you, in every glance exchanged. The very instant you sit together, you'll begin to feel it. A sense of peace will start to enter, perhaps not as a sudden flood, but gently, in quiet waves, because I am there orchestrating the atmosphere of healing. Sometimes, healing arrives disguised as a conversation you never imagined would take place. Sometimes, it manifests as the grace of forgiveness you didn't consciously realize you still needed to extend or receive. Often, it's not about trying to mend or rewrite the past, but about finally, truly letting it go, releasing its hold on your present. And sometimes, the very people I send to your door are the ones carrying the final, missing pieces to the puzzles you've been pondering, the answers to questions you've only dared to ask in the quiet solitude of your heart. There's no need for you to rehearse anything, to prepare a script, or worry about saying the perfect thing. You don't need to strive for perfection. You only need to be authentic, to be real. Allow yourself to be soft. Keep your heart open. This individual is coming with something valuable to offer you, but they are also coming because they are in need of something too, something perhaps only your presence or perspective can provide at this specific juncture. And I chose you, specifically you, to be a part of their next chapter, even if your role fills only a single significant page. Never underestimate the profound transformations I can facilitate in just one day, within a single pivotal moment. One visit, one conversation, holds the power to shift a heart's trajectory, to alter the course of a future, to open a new door that was previously unseen or locked. This person, your visitor, has also been navigating their own battles in silence, wrestling with things unseen by the world. They have been pouring out their heart to me when no one else was around to listen. They have shed tears over burdens and confusions they felt no one could possibly comprehend. There was a moment they almost turned back, almost didn't follow through with coming, but I provided a gentle, loving push. I whispered encouragement to their spirit, go. I subtly reminded their heart of a connection, something intrinsically linked to you, something inherently beautiful, something left unfinished or unresolved between your souls. They still may not fully grasp the why behind their compelling draw towards you, but clarity will come. They will feel the resonance, the purpose, the moment they step across your threshold. And I want you to understand something else, something crucial. This impending meeting is not fundamentally about dwelling on what has been, lost or broken. Its true purpose is centered on what I am actively trying to restore, rebuild, and make whole again. It's not an occasion for regret or blame. It is an opportunity steeped in grace. I do not bring people back into your life's orbit simply to inflict old hurts anew. When I facilitate such reunions, it is because something vital within both of you is ready, poised to rise again. Perhaps a buried memory needing light, a forgotten truth seeking acknowledgement, a latent strength waiting to be activated, a necessary softening of hardened edges, or a profound realization that can only bloom when hearts allow themselves to be vulnerable and eyes are willing to see with fresh perspective. Trust that you will know what to say, how to respond when they arrive. Release any anxiety about finding the right words. You don't need to script this encounter. Just breathe deeply, center yourself, and listen. Listen not just with your ears, but with your heart, with your intuition. You are absolutely not alone in this. Your guardian angels will be incredibly near, flanking you, guiding the subtle energies, protecting the sanctity of the space. I have already dispatched them. They have been diligently clearing the spiritual path for your visitor's arrival, ensuring their journey is unimpeded. They have been subtly preparing your home, infusing it with an aura of peace, even if you haven't consciously noticed the shift. They have been tenderly holding your heart, supporting you while you unknowingly waited, because a deeper part of you, your soul, was indeed waiting, even if your conscious mind didn't know precisely what or who it was waiting for. Consider this message not as a warning laden with apprehension, but as a profound blessing cloaked in the ordinary, a disguised gift. However, I know your journey has taught you caution, that you've experienced enough to approach connections with a degree of care, and that is entirely understandable and okay. I'm not asking you to plunge headfirst into anything or discard your discernment. I am simply asking you to trust that if I, in my infinite wisdom and love, have personally brought this individual to your very door, it is because I have something truly beautiful, something healing and revealing to unveil through this interaction. You have undergone significant changes, grown in ways you might not even fully recognize. They too have changed, shaped by their own unique experiences. And because of this mutual evolution, the narrative itself, the story between you, now has the potential to change too. This person is not coming to introduce chaos or disruption into your life. They are arriving as a bearer of truth, Not the kind of sharp, judgmental truth that wounds, but the kind of authentic, compassionate truth that liberates, that sets you free from old patterns or misunderstandings. They have been carrying burdens in their heart, emotional weights that have held them down for a significant time. And even if their words don't emerge perfectly crafted, even if they stumble, I will personally help you to hear the deeper language of their soul. I will allow you to feel the nuances, the intentions, the emotions that words alone cannot fully capture or explain. Because this sacred moment is not about determining who was right or wrong in the past. It's about releasing what needs to be released so that something new, something healthier, something more aligned with your current selves can finally be born from the ashes of what was. There will likely be a specific moment during your conversation, perhaps unexpected, where time itself seems to stretch and slow down. You might notice a distinct shift in your heartbeat, or the very atmosphere in the room might feel tangibly different, perhaps denser or lighter, warmer or imbued with a certain stillness. That, my child, is the unmistakable sign of my presence. That is my spirit actively moving within the space between you both. That is my love, enveloping you, gently reminding you that this interaction is taking place on holy ground. Because wherever love and truth courageously meet, genuine healing inevitably begins. And understand this clearly. I am not just facilitating healing for one of you in isolation. I am intricately weaving a process of mutual healing, working through each of you to benefit the other. Do not be afraid of the emotions that may rise to the surface within you or within them. Emotions are not indicators of weakness. They are powerful testaments to the fact that your soul still feels deeply, that your heart remains vibrantly alive, that your spirit has refused to grow cold or numb despite life's challenges. And I have been immensely proud of you for that very resilience, for consciously choosing to stay soft when life presented countless opportunities to harden your heart, for daring to love again even after experiencing heartbreak, for choosing to hope once more when closing the door and walking away would have seemed the easier path. The world often teaches people to shut down, to build walls, to guard themselves fiercely, to pretend they are unaffected. But my way, the divine path, teaches you to open, to trust wisely, to forgive freely. This doesn't imply allowing others to disregard your boundaries or walk over you. It means deeply knowing your inherent worth and, from that place of strength, still choosing grace and compassion whenever possible. You possess immense strength, my dear child, a strength tempered by experience and love. And this meeting will serve as a quiet affirmation, showing you just how truly strong and resilient you have become. When this individual walks in, you may find memories returning, surfacing from the depths. Some might carry a sting of pain, remnants of past hurt, while others might evoke a gentle warmth, nostalgia for brighter moments. But I want you to consciously notice something profound in that experience. Observe how those memories no longer control you. They may pass through your awareness like waves washing onto the shore, but you are no longer submerged, no longer drowning in their intensity. That, my child, is undeniable growth. That is victory over the past. That is tangible proof of my guiding hand actively working in your life, healing you layer by layer. You're not the same person you were when those memories were first created, and neither are they. Life, with its myriad lessons and experiences, has shaped both of you in intricate ways that only I, observing from a higher perspective, could fully see and comprehend. The silent nights spent wrestling with thoughts, the quiet prayers whispered in hope or despair, the hidden tears shed when no one was looking. I caught every single one of them. I gathered those moments, those fragments of your journey, and lovingly wrote them into my overarching plan. And now, at this precise moment, I bring you both together again. Not to reopen old wounds carelessly, but to gently bring illuminating light into the old rooms of your shared history, spaces where dust may have gathered for far too long. They will speak, and I encourage you to listen beyond the surface of their words. Attune yourself to hear more, to perceive the subtle sound of soul that has been aching, perhaps longing for understanding or release. You will likely sense the weight they have been carrying, the unspoken burdens. And in that moment of recognition, I ask you to consciously let your heart lean in. Resist the urge to build defensive walls based on past experiences. Refrain from making assumptions about their motives or intentions. Simply breathe, remain centered, and allow me to handle the flow of the conversation, guiding what needs to be said. I promise I will help you respond in a manner that cultivates peace, not pressure, fostering connection rather than conflict. You might find yourself asking the universe, asking God, why now? Why not sooner? Why couldn't this have happened later? And my gentle answer to you is this: because now is the precise, divinely appointed time when both of you are truly ready. Ready in spirit, having undergone necessary inner shifts. Ready in heart, having perhaps healed enough to approach this with openness. Ready in maturity, possessing the wisdom and perspective that only time and experience can bestow. You simply weren't ready before, nor were they. The conditions weren't right. But now, the soil of your hearts is soft enough, receptive enough for new seeds of understanding, forgiveness, or connection to be planted. And the season, spiritually speaking, is perfectly aligned for something beautiful and restorative to bloom. Therefore, do not fear their arrival. Instead, anticipate it with a spirit of gentle openness. Expect my presence to be tangibly heavy, comforting, and guiding in the room. Be open to noticing small, subtle signs, perhaps a feather appearing unexpectedly, a sudden warm breeze seemingly out of nowhere, a profound, inexplicable quietness descending upon your thoughts. Confirmations that your angels are indeed near, actively participating. They will be surrounding your home, forming a perimeter of blessing, purifying the air, holding sacred space for this delicate moment to unfold with maximum gentleness and grace. I know intimately what this person has meant to you in the past. I know the hopes you cherished, the dreams you wove around the connection, the fears that may have surfaced. I fully understand the confusion, the periods of longing, the unanswered questions that echoed in your mind. And I assure you, I have kept all those complex feelings, those heartfelt prayers, close to me within my awareness. I have watched carefully how you process the silences, the distances, the misunderstandings. I have seen the profound depth of your capacity to feel. And I want to tell you with certainty, I never once forgot. I never looked away. All along, I was patiently writing a better time, crafting a revised version of the story. One where your voice holds weight and is heard. One where their heart possesses a newfound openness. One where true healing comes through courageous honesty, not through inflicting further hurt. There will likely arrive a moment, perhaps quiet and small, almost imperceptible, where you will both simultaneously realize, with a sense of inner knowing, that this meeting was truly meant to happen. It might not unfold exactly as you once imagined or hoped, but it will possess its own unique and poignant beauty. You might look at each other across the space, and in that shared glance recognize, this is bigger than just the two of us. This is God at work. This is evidence of a divine connection being tended to. And regardless of precisely how the conversation concludes, you will inevitably walk away from this encounter changed, subtly, or significantly shifted. Do not burden yourself worrying about what you need to do. Simply focus on being. Be present. Let love be the language. Let grace be the atmosphere. Let your spirit remain soft and receptive. That is all I ask of you. I will faithfully handle the rest. There is something specific they need to communicate to you, and correspondingly, there's something specific you need to hear from them. It may not align with your expectations. It might surprise you, but trust that it will ultimately be what your soul needs for its continued journey. They might not even consciously realize the full weight or significance of the message they are carrying until the very moment the words come out, and that too is perfectly okay. Trust me implicitly in this. I will meticulously handle the divine timing of every revelation, every shared feeling. I will ensure that no word spoken is wasted, Even the pauses, the silences between words, will carry profound meaning and allow space for integration. They may arrive bearing an apology, a heartfelt confession, an expression of deep longing, or perhaps a pivotal question that sets a new course. Be ready, not necessarily with prepared answers or solutions, but primarily with your grounded, compassionate presence. Remember, sometimes people don't need to be fixed or advised. They simply need the profound gift of being truly heard, witnessed without judgment. And you, my dear child, possess the innate gift of listening with love, a rare and precious quality. And when it's over, when the door closes behind them, you might experience a complex swirl of emotions simultaneously. Relief, perhaps, mingled with peace, a touch of sadness for what was, and a flicker of hope for what might be. Allow it all to flow through you. Do not suppress or judge any feeling that arises. Sit with the emotional landscape, allow it to be. Then, talk to me about it. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your confusion. I will be right there with you, helping you gently sort through what belongs to you and what needs to be released back to them or to the universe. I will help you carry whatever emotional resonance remains. In the quiet moments that follow, I will illuminate the deeper meaning, the hidden blessings, the spiritual significance of it all. Because this encounter is not merely a casual visit, it is a significant moment of transition. It represents the symbolic closing of one chapter, one door, and the quiet, gentle opening of another. You may not yet perceive where that new door leads, what waits on the other side, but rest assured, it will be revealed in perfect timing. Just continue to walk with me day by day, one intentional step, one trusting heartbeat, one whispered prayer at a time. And remember this perspective always. This individual is not your burden to carry. They are not your enemy to guard against. They are not a test sent to measure your strength or patience. Rather, view them as your mirror. They are, in many ways, a reflection of a particular part of your own life, your own past, your own heart that has been longing for more light, more truth, and the gentle balm of grace. And now, through the catalyst of this meeting, that specific part of you, that chapter of your story, will begin to shine again, integrated and healed. You are deeply loved, constantly seen, and perpetually guided. And tomorrow, know this, I am coming with them. You see, tomorrow is not destined to be just another ordinary day in the sequence of time. It is a doorway, a portal to a new phase. You might wake up and immediately feel that something is different in the subtle energies around you. You might not be able to articulate it logically, but you will possess an inner knowing that something significant is in the air. That feeling is me. That is my heightened presence, lovingly preparing you, attuning your spirit for what is scheduled to come. You might notice the sky seems a little softer in its hues. The quality of light coming through your window may feel unusually warm or gentle. Your chest might feel a sense of fullness or heaviness, but paradoxically, in a peaceful, expectant way. These are subtle signs, whispers from the spiritual realm indicating its proximity, closer than usual. It signifies that your angels are gathering nearby, holding space. It means heaven itself is watching over this pivotal moment that is rapidly approaching. This person, your visitor, has been journeying toward this specific day with a heart full of complex layers, some layers still holding on to hurt, others actively in the process of healing, and still others persistently searching for answers or peace. They may not arrive bearing all the answers you once craved. They may not articulate all the sentiments you once desperately wished they would express. But they're carrying something undeniably real, something authentic from their current state of being, and that authenticity is all I ask you to see and honor. Look beyond their past mistakes, bypass the memory of their silences or perceived shortcomings. See their heart as it presents itself now, present, vulnerable, and fundamentally ready for connection or resolution. There exists a part of you, perhaps buried deep, that has longed for a sense of closure regarding this connection. You've likely had moments, perhaps many, where you replayed old conversations or scenarios in your mind, attempting to rewrite the script, trying to decipher what you could have done or said differently. But my beloved child, hear me with clarity now. You absolutely did the best you could with the knowledge, awareness, and emotional capacity you possessed at that time. And they did too. This truth doesn't excuse any pain caused or negate difficulties, but acknowledges that both of you are learning, navigating complex human experiences, and I was steadfastly present through all of it, even within the silences, even amidst the confusion. This individual has harbored a desire to say something specific, something important for a considerable length of time. And tomorrow, they will finally be granted the opportunity, the divinely supported chance, to speak their truth. It might emerge slowly, tentatively. It may be accompanied by tears, a release of long-held emotion. It will undoubtedly require courage on their part. But understand that these words, these feelings have been sitting within their heart like an unsent letter, waiting for the right moment, the right conditions for delivery. And I have been subtly guiding their hands, spiritually preparing their soul, bolstering their resolve to finally speak. Please do not rush them. Be patient. Allow the moment, the exchange, to unfold organically, trusting the divine pacing. Remember, this visit is fundamentally not a test designed to challenge you or measure your worth. View it instead as a precious gift, even if aspects of it feel hard, even if it triggers powerful emotions, even if it stirs things within you that you believed were long buried and resolved. Because sometimes I bring people back into our lives not necessarily for them to stay indefinitely, but to complete an energetic circle, to offer much-needed clarity, to water seeds of potential that were planted long ago, but never had the chance to grow, and sometimes even to plant entirely new seeds for a future you haven't yet envisioned. I know your heart carries a certain fragility born from past experiences, but simultaneously, it possesses immense strength. It has been stretched and expanded by both love and loss. It has been profoundly shaped by the refining fires of forgiveness and adversity. And I have watched with loving pride as you rose, time and again, from circumstances and heartaches that could have easily broken you. So please, do not succumb to fear now, not after bravely journeying this far. You are undeniably ready for this, even if you don't feel fully confident or prepared in this moment. Believe in your readiness. You are ready. They might mention a specific memory, perhaps one you had forgotten entirely, or maybe one you actively tried to suppress. But even if recalling it brings a momentary sting, I encourage you to perceive it through a different lens. See it for what it truly is, merely a single thread within the much larger, intricate tapestry I've been meticulously weaving for both of your lives. Nothing, absolutely nothing, has been wasted along your paths, not the moments of pure joy, nor the seasons of deep pain. I have skillfully utilized every experience, every emotion, to bring you both precisely here, to this threshold, at this exact time, with a quiet potential for redemption waits patiently in the hallway, ready to enter. Be exceptionally kind and gentle with yourself during this process too. If powerful emotions rise within you, allow them space to be felt without judgment. Let them flow. If words feel stuck in your throat, if you find yourself momentarily speechless, do not force them. Trust that I will assist you in speaking when the time is right, guiding your expression. And even within the silences, I will help your presence, your compassion, your understanding be deeply felt and heard. The energetic connection between your spirits is potent, often stronger and more communicative than any spoken words. That is precisely why this meeting was never intended to be about impressing the other person or putting on a performance. It is simply about being authentic, being open, being lovingly led by my spirit within you. And if they hesitate before reaching your door, if you notice their hand tremble slightly before they knock, if their voice cracks with emotion when they begin to speak, know this with certainty. I am the unseen force gently pushing them forward. I am the one placing courage like a warm coal within their chest. And simultaneously, I am the one bestowing upon you the quiet strength, the deep compassion, and the expansive grace needed to receive whatever comes with understanding and love. You may not fully grasp it in the moment, but you are an integral part of their healing journey, just as they are intrinsically part of yours. And remember, healing doesn't always equate to things reverting back to exactly how they were in the past. Sometimes true healing means courageously accepting what is, releasing the attachment to how things should have been. Sometimes it involves creatively building something entirely new and beautiful from the pieces of what was broken. And sometimes, profoundly, it simply means letting go with love, releasing the energetic ties with gratitude for the lessons learned. They may tell you something intensely personal, something they've never confessed to another soul. They might ask you for something specific, perhaps forgiveness, understanding, or simply your presence. They may offer something unexpected, an insight, an apology, a gesture of goodwill. In all these possibilities, remain anchored in your presence. Let my peace be the compass that guides your responses. Let my love subtly shape the tone of your voice and the energy you project. You do not need to carry the burden of having all the answers. You only need to maintain an open, receptive heart. And when they eventually leave, whether they stay for a brief hour or linger for longer, know this: something significant in the spiritual realm, in the energetic blueprint of your lives, will have shifted. A release will have occurred. A measure of clarity will dawn. A deeper sense of peace will begin to settle, even if it takes a few hours or days to fully integrate and be felt consciously. It will come. I promise you this. I never orchestrate storms without the promise of rainbows on the horizon. I never allow tears without providing comfort and solace. I never stir the depths of hearts unless something truly beautiful and transformative is waiting on the other side. Remember the truth. Without faith, it is impossible to please God, and know that those who earnestly seek Him, who trust in His divine plan, will be rewarded in ways seen and unseen. The Lord is actively transforming your life right now, subtly and profoundly turning past sorrows into foundations for future joy and perceived lack into spiritual wealth and abundance. Jesus proclaimed, "I am the bread of life," assuring that whoever comes to Him will never go hungry spiritually. He is the unwavering light that shines brightly even in the deepest darkness. If you are feeling weary, burdened by life's challenges, come to Him, for He promises rest for your soul. Come to Him and experience the profound peace and enduring joy that only a connection with the divine can truly provide. Type 555 if you place your trust in Jesus and His loving guidance. Dear God, thank you for safely bringing us all to this present moment this month. With humble hearts, we ask that you keep our families, our cherished loved ones, and ourselves safe throughout this time and beyond. Please watch over us continuously, covering us completely with your divine protection, like a comforting shield. Shower us abundantly with good health, unexpected blessings, and unwavering strength for the journey ahead. We ask that you gently remove any lingering worry, persistent fear, undue stress, and paralyzing doubt from the corners of our hearts and minds. When difficult times inevitably arise, help us, Lord, to remember to trust you with all of our hearts, minds, and souls, and not to lean solely on our own limited understanding. Thank you, benevolent Lord, for always hearing our prayers, both spoken and unspoken, and for blessing us so generously. In the holy and powerful name of Jesus, I pray, Amen. I want to end with a personal prayer specifically for you, my dear child. Lord, we earnestly seek your divine guidance and abundant blessings as we navigate this intricate path of love, connection, and profound understanding. As we patiently await the perfect divine alignment of hearts involved in this situation, we ask for an extra measure of strength to remain steadfast, patience to trust the unfolding process, and the wisdom to clearly recognize the subtle and significant ways this beautiful story is developing. May the dawning realization of love, in its many forms, be gentle yet deeply profound, touching the innermost parts of our beings in ways that heal and uplift. And may the bonds that are formed or reformed through this process be resilient, enduring, and rooted in mutual respect and authentic care. As we anticipate the unfolding chapters, perhaps culminating near the end of this year when expressions of love and understanding might be more openly shared, we ask for your constant divine protection and unwavering guidance, trusting implicitly that all will unfold precisely as it is meant to be, according to your perfect plan. Thank you, Lord, for your steadfast presence and unwavering support on this sacred journey towards deeper love and connection. Amen.